welcome to the first episode of the Sunday Funday Happy News! Andrew's friend Maureen has been creating a different scene every day, starring Bertha the giant bear. She is doing this to make children in Heswell smile whilst going on their daily walks. Have a look at these pictures. Has made a new animation called Family Time last week. We thought it was really good. Have a look and tell us what you think. Captain Tom Moore finished his 100 laps of his garden last week and has raised a staggering amount of £28.9 million for the NHS. Last week, a musician played drive-by concerts in the back of a pickup truck. Have a look at this video.
You guys ready for a surprise concert? Yeah.
I got this feeling inside my bones. It goes electric wavy when I turn it on. All through my city, all through my home. We fly so high, don't see it when we in our zone. Cause I got that sunshine in my pocket, that good soul in my feet, yeah, that hot blood in my pocket, and it drives. Oh, I can't take my eyes off it. It's so
The Governor of New York has issued an order to say that couples can be legally married online with a Zoom call. Ian has had some wonderful visitors to his new hedgehog feeding station. Have a look at this video. Air pollution in major cities have dropped as much as 60% during the COVID-19 shutdown. A neighbourhood in Indianapolis has thrown a parade for a man who has beaten coronavirus and cancer during the last 6 months. The Hubble Space Telescope turned 30 last week. The telescope is in low Earth orbit and can take extremely clear pictures of the cosmos. Have a look at these 12 pictures that we think are the best that the Hubble Space Telescope has ever taken. Germany have generated a record-breaking amount of electricity using solar panels after a string of really sunny days. A neighbourhood in North Carolina surprised a 3-year-old girl on her birthday this week with a social distancing dog parade. Have a look at these pictures. This is the happy news from history. This week in 1770, the British explorer James Cook first sighted Australia. This week in 1887, the first ever motor race took place and was won by George Bouton with a steam-powered quadricycle. This week in 1931, the British House of Commons agreed for professional sports to be allowed to be played on a Sunday. This week in 1952, BOAC, which is now British Airways, began the first passenger service using jet planes. This week in 1968, the first decimal coins were used in Britain. The 5 and 10 pence pieces replaced the shilling and 2 shilling pieces. This week in 1969, the first ever human eye transplant was performed. This week in 1971, the USSR launched Salu-1, which was the first manned laboratory in orbit. This week in 1975, the Harold Pinter play, No Man's Land, premiered in London. This week in 1983, the £1 coin was introduced in the UK. This week in 1984, the Cavern Club in Liverpool reopened. We hope you enjoyed the first episode of the Sunday Funday Happy News. If you have any happy news for the Sunday Funday Happy News, please send it in. We hope to see you next week.